This is the Boevoi, a Tier 5 Soviet destroyer. I got it from the campaign in a Soviet destroyer crate right around milestone 64. We're going to set up the ship and the commander, but first I thought we would take a look at the stats of the ship before any setup. Artillery, 9.6 kilometer firing range, reload time 7 seconds. Shell damage is right around 2,000, whether it's high explosive shells or armor piercing. Torpedoes, reload time is 70 seconds. Maximum damage is 14,400. Torpedo range is 5 kilometers and a torpedo speed is 60 knots. Maneuverability, 37 knots, which is pretty good. Rudder shift time, 6.6 seconds, seems kind of slow, so we'll be looking to upgrade that a little bit. Concealment is 6.9 kilometers. That is without any camouflage or commander setup or any other upgrades to the ship. Alright, so let's set up some of the upgrades for the ship. The first upgrade, we'll go with Aiming Systems Mod 1. Second upgrade, we're going to go with steering gears because that was kind of a slow rudder shift time. And then we have the rest of the default upgrades. Targeting System 5 Mod 2. It will increase the firing range of the main guns by 10%. The second upgrade, Torpedoes Mod 1, reload time is decreased by 10 seconds, which is great. Maximum damage is increased up to 15,100. Torpedo range goes up 2 kilometers and the speed goes up 5 knots, which is awesome. We'll take a look at those in a little bit more detail later. And the last upgrade is the Boevoi Hull B, which increases the hit points up to 15,500. Rudder shift time goes down to 3.8 seconds, so we're getting pretty respectable there. So we're going to go ahead and get that. Let's look at the loadout. You have your normal ammunition, high explosive shells, armor piercing shells, and torpedoes, which we'll cover in a bit. Consumables is a normal damage control party. Smoke generator, consumable time is 20 seconds. That's how long it takes to deploy. The dispersion time is 81 seconds, so you can stay in the smoke screen for almost a minute and a half, a little more than a minute and a half, and it takes 4 minutes to reload. The engine booster increases the maximum speed by 8%, and it runs for 2 minutes and takes 3 minutes to reload, and I'm not setting up any boosters at this point. For the camouflage, I did create a permanent premium camouflage from the Primordial Annihilator camo. It's maxed out, grade 4, sea detectability range and incoming fire dispersion is 4.5% respectively. Let's take a look at the stats. Survivability, 15,500. Let's look at the artillery. Firing range is 10.6 kilometers with a 7-second reload time. HE shells is 1900 with an 8% chance of setting fire. AP shell damage is 2500. Let's look at the torpedoes. We're all the way down to a 60-second reload time. There are 2 torpedo launchers of 3 torpedoes each. Maximum damage is 15,100. Torpedo range is now 7 kilometers, which is getting pretty respectable, as is the torpedo speed of 65 knots. It's better than 50 something or even 60. Maneuverability is still 37 knots, but the rudder shift time is almost cut in half at 3.8 seconds, so that is great. Concealment is 6.6 kilometers with the camo. We're going to see what that does with the commander setup in a second. Let's look at the armor. Armor is very thin, suffice it to say you don't want to get hit. As for the overview, it's a sure shot. Shells with a good ballistic trajectory maintain velocity, making aiming easier. That is awesome. Low profile, harder to hit due to a smaller hull. That is awesome. Short range, low torpedo range. Well, that's not so great, but it is 7 kilometers, which is okay. You know, it's better than 5. Boevoi was developed from the Boevoi-class destroyers. The ship Project 30 featured larger displacement. In contrast to her predecessors, she boasted improved armor protection for artillery and more powerful torpedo armament. Entered service in 1945, and there were 30 ships in the series. Well, okay, so let's set up the commander. Commander is Anton Gurin. I have him ranked up to 14.2. His base trait is Stabber. It increases the armor-piercing capabilities of your destroyer shells. As for inspirations, I have Eric Bay with Shifty, increases the concealment of your destroyer, and second inspiration is Jerzy Swirsky, increases the ship concealment rating. So this is your classic double concealment setup. As for the first skill, I have Contact is Eminent, increases the travel speed of your torpedoes, so that's going to help out quite a bit. The second skill is Look at Me Now, increases the ship concealment rating down to another -6% along with the double concealment, so it will be very interesting to see what we end up here after this is all said and done. The third skill is Back in Stock, reduces the torpedo launcher reload time even further, so we're going to be down lower than 60 seconds. And a Smoke on the Water is the fourth skill. It increases the smoke screen deployment time as well as its dispersion time, so that is awesome. And the legendary skill, I have Unstoppable. 14.2 is what I have Gurin ranked up to, and the 2 is the legendary rank, and the range to the enemy to activate this special effect is 4.5 kilometers. If the enemy is outside of 4.5 kilometers, you will be dead in the water. Once you get within that range, you'll start moving around a little bit. You see here you can upgrade to legendary rank 3 to increase the radius to 6 kilometers, but you need 7 commendations. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the stats of the ship after everything is all set up. Hit points 15,500. Firing range has not changed. Torpedoes is the big thing. We're down to 56.4 seconds for the torpedo reload time. Damage stayed the same at 15,100. Range is still 7 kilometers, but the torpedo speed went up to 69 knots. So we're starting to get real here. Nothing changed with the maneuverability. The concealment is down to 5.7 kilometers, which is kind of terrible. This is the worst concealment out of any destroyer that I have, as it turns out. So this is kind of unbelievable. Okay. Well, that's it for the setup of the ship and the commander. Arena Season 5 is raging right now, so let's go out in a battle and see if we can get some highlights. Alright, we're in Arena. We are in Ring, and you can see over here the available buffs that you can get during the match. HP restoration, quicker reload of guns, improved maneuverability, or quicker reload of consumables. And so here I am with my team. I'm teamed up with 2 battleships, so each team, there are 4 teams, each of them has a destroyer and 2 battleships. You see I've got a Warspite and a New Mexico on my team. And, you know, I gotta say that the 5.7 kilometer concealment is a big drawback with this ship, as well as the totally underwhelming guns. So there are only 4 guns, main guns on the ship, and whether it's HP or AP, they are totally underwhelming. So when you combine the bad concealment with the poor guns, there's not really a balance that you can look forward to with this ship, like outstanding torpedoes or outstanding speed or maneuverability or anything. It's, to me, it seems like a mediocre destroyer with okay torpedoes. So basically this ship will be a challenge, I think, for anybody who's trying to play it. I certainly have not gotten outstanding results in the couple of matches I've tried in Standard. So here we're in the arena, and Well, the reason you're seeing this match is this turned out to be an okay match for me, and it could have been because of the dynamics of arena play. So you can see that I already did get a maneuverability consumable. I'm looking to get a second one here. I'm closing in on it. And so that's all I'm doing right now, is trying to spot for my team and capture these consumables right at the beginning of these arena matches. So there, I did spot somebody. I don't really see who it is at the moment. There's a couple battleships over there, and I don't really see the destroyer along with them. So I'm going to angle over here and see if I can get a couple of free shots on these guys. But I do want to be careful because of the 5.7 kilometer range. So nothing going on over at A. If you go and try to capture the flag in the arena, everybody will pounce on you, so I kind of let the match play out and the ships get whittled down, and then toward the end you think about going and taking the flag. So here these guys look like they're steady, so I'm going to take one shot. You see there's a health booster over there that's kind of enticing, but if I go after the health booster, I will definitely be within the concealment range. And there you see I'm within the concealment spotting range of that second battleship. So they're stacked up on each other, the Arizona and the Ishmael. Since I'm spotted, I might as well start hitting them with guns. You see I got 3 shatters. So AP definitely doesn't do anything, but you see I get 2 torpedo hits right off the bat there, and I do get some heals. So I did get 4 torpedo hits on both of those ships, and one of them is gone. Both ships are now gone, but we did some decent damage there on those 2 battleships, which were moving along pretty slowly. They weren't really changing directions. So let that be a lesson to you. If there's torpedoes and destroyers in the area, do like they do in real life and start zigzagging. And if you're really trying to evade a destroyer with torpedoes, you definitely want to be moving away from them. That makes the intercept point almost impossible before the destroyer will get within the detectability range of its concealment. So now I'm looking to get this booster over here, this health booster, and there's a Tennessee closing in. He is kind of far away, and you can see the intercept point is even farther away, so he's moving away from me. So this health booster right here looks like it's a good target for me. It's going to help the team out. Every time a team member gets one of these boosters, the booster gets propagated to all the other team members, so you're helping out the entire team. So here we've got 2 maneuverability boosters and 2 health boosters. I don't really know to the extent that these actually boost the performance. If anybody knows, go ahead and leave a comment. So both of the teams, the orange team and the pink team, I guess, they're both kind of far away and moving away from me. So it looks like the flag is kind of open. If I wanted to go there and try to take the flag, you see nobody is taking the flag yet, and we now have 3 health boosters. So this is just better. This obviously does not happen in a standard battle, so this sort of isn't a reflective performance of what you can expect in standard. But still, this is a good performance in the arena here. And there you can see I'm easily spotted by the T-61, and he is starting to come after me here. I'm going to try to hit him with some of my main guns. It's only 430 per AP round hit.
Smoke generator started.
And as I recall, the base trait of this commander is to increase the AP shell damage. So you can see what that does when you're ranked to 14. I did hit the smoke. I'm using the island for cover here, and these looks like some pretty good targets right here. Definitely closed up on these battleships. So I'm going to try to move over here without getting out of the smoke and take some shots at these battleships. So here I'm backing up to get a good angle. And there's shots on both battleships. And we're definitely going to use this island for cover right here and just wait this out and see how we do. Looks like the California is turning. California seems to be turning a little bit better than I remember my California turning, but okay, there you go. Nothing you can do about that anyway. Not really sure how that's happening, but that's good. Could be he's got quite a few of the maneuverability boosters himself. Guess I didn't think about that before, but that could very well be what that was. And here's the problem with the smoke. You definitely can't see out of the smoke, and they cannot see in. So luckily the torpedoes do kind of reload rather quickly. And we are reloaded. So time to go take some more shots at these battleships. And both of them did turn around, and they are heading in the opposite direction, and there is that destroyer 3 kilometers away. So you can see the guns do take a while to traverse over there, and that was a miss. And that was a hit. Got some okay damage there, I think, but you can see he's really moving out of my torpedo range. I let the torpedoes go anyway because you never know. You know, even though I've got the Tennessee targeted, I fired the torpedoes just to try to confuse the issue with the destroyer. You never know with him moving around like that. He could end up stepping into one of those torpedoes. So that's the idea with those torpedo shots, even though it didn't look like anything was actually viable when I let them go. I'm just waiting to see if they do anything. And I'm just waiting things out a little bit. I don't really want to rush in without my torpedoes reloaded. Got 10 seconds to go. And here, if you look close at the capture flag, you can see that my teammate almost captured the base. If you look over on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see that he was moving out of the base, and now red is capturing the base. So we did almost win the match right then and there. You can see the destroyer right there capturing A, and it is time to start paying attention to that because you could easily lose the match by focusing on these battleships. So we do now have to start going over to deal with capturing A. There we are in range, so I'm going to take some shots at this guy. Doesn't look like he's moving. I'm going to go with the widespread here to try to compensate for the possibility that the battleship does move around. And A is contested, so looked like maybe one of my teammates was in there, possibly stopping the countdown. And you can see it was at 1.5 minutes left, so it was close to halfway to being captured, it looks like. I guess the captured flag is 2.5 minutes in the arena, where in a normal standard match it's 3 minutes. Okay, we've got even more maneuverability boosters now. I am starting to think that with full health and all these health boosters and maneuverability boosters, I can probably be a little bit more daring. It really looks like that Tennessee isn't moving around, so I took a second shot at him. And now I'm going to come over here, and you can see that this destroyer in the smoke is just shooting out torpedo bank after torpedo bank, and I'm just going to sit here and let my torpedoes reload for a bit, and then I will think about going after that guy. So there are 2 more torpedo hits. We're up to 65,000 and 4 torpedo hits, so now we're up to 87,000, 3 floodings. So now we're really cooking here on the flood of these battleships. So One of my battleships on the blue team did get destroyed. And so we're just down to myself and the other battleship. So 8 torpedo hits. You can see I'm up to 95,000 damage already. So this is a really good match on the Boevoi. And you can see he's still pumping out torpedoes. So this guy is still there. The battleship is gone. We're up to 99,000 damage. So now that I am pretty much reloaded, it is time to try to do something with this destroyer over here. I will say the smoke does seem to be lasting quite a while. So there must be some kind of a skill booster or something on there. I'm just going to take a random pot shot into the smoke. And there I am being spotted. So here you can see the maneuverability of the Mahon.
Smoke generator started.
Completely outmaneuvers my torpedoes. And here I'm just hitting this guy, and at 500 hit points it's going to take forever to do this guy in, and I do have torpedoes coming at me, so this is definitely not good. And even though he launches his own torpedoes at me, I easily outmaneuver them. And I've got him whittled down to half health, but the traverse on the main guns is definitely, I guess maybe I need twist and track here for this. But I never used twist and track, so I guess this is a lesson learned on that. But my torpedoes are reloaded already, so I'm going to take another shot at him, and it looks like he stopped dead in the water there. And
torpedoes to port.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate that he stopped right as I shot the torpedoes. He stopped almost immediately, so this is unbelievable. And I'm thinking, you know, 250 per hit, that is just terrible. And these guns are just not really that great, I don't think. So there I needed my teammate or another enemy team, the orange team or the pink team, to take that guy out. And now we are starting to capture the flag. So the health is starting to count up again. 105,000 damage is pretty good. Only 8 seconds left in the match, so it looks like this is going to be a draw, but still, this was kind of a okay match to show what I feel are some of the better qualities of the Boevoi. That's it for the Boevoi. It has terrible concealment. It has mediocre guns, not really great guns, bad guns, I think. It's possible the underwhelming performance of the gun is due to overpens, but the bottom line is, if that's the case, they're still not that effective. Torpedoes are pretty good. You saw we did get 100,000 damage there, mostly with the torpedoes. So it's not one of my favorite ships at the moment, but I'll probably keep playing it and see if I could figure it out. This is the Jaguar, and I'll see you on the high seas. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you like it.